friends, it's Emily, the Minimalist Mama. Today I want to show you my minimalish wardrobes for my kids. They're sort of capsule wardrobes. I guess you could say it's minimalish, capsule-ish kids wardrobes. We recently purchased a mid-century modern dresser from Facebook Marketplace for $100, which is amazing. That prompted me to switch out their summer wardrobes for their fall clothes. So I'm going to show you my method of switching over their clothes, sorting through them, pulling out things that are outgrown and too small, adding in the things to grow into and things for this season. So a few years ago, I really wanted to create capsule wardrobes for my kids, kind of following the same principles as I would for my capsule wardrobes, where you mix and match pieces and come up with a lot of different outfits, and then you need minimal pieces because you can reuse them in lots of different ways. But when I looked online, all I could really find were capsule wardrobes that looked more like this, where it's all like linens and expensive, I guess. Just stuff that doesn't really fit in our daily life, our reality. If that's your style and your reality, that's great. In my case, it's like a case of Pinterest versus reality, where I know what my kids like to wear and also what kind of clothes we have already and clothes that they're gifted. So in my capsule wardrobes, capsule-ish wardrobes for my boys, you will still see some character t-shirts, like Sonic t-shirts and Paw Patrol and that kind of a thing, because that's what they really like. It's the only thing that tells me I'm breathing. So to sort through your kids' clothes, you will need a laundry basket, and that's where I'm going to throw any clothes that I know for sure are too small or that need to be put away for next summer, so that they're out of the drawer and out of the way. I can see the So I do pull out shorts, sleeveless shirts, swim stuff, sandals, and store those. If I think they're going to fit the next year or for hand-me-down purposes, I will hang on to those if they're in good condition. Now that I've sorted through all the clothes in Edison's drawers and I've pulled out everything that's not going to fit him, I'm getting out the clothes that are in storage for him to grow into. So these clothes are in this under the bed rolling storage thing, and in here I've got clothes from last fall and winter that I thought might still fit him this year. So now I'm going to go through and check the sizes on those and see what is the next size up, his current size, and get that all sorted out. This side of the dresser is Edison, so he has jeans and pants in the bottom and then shirts and tops in this middle drawer, and in the top will be socks, underwear, pajamas, slippers, and other random things. So a few reasons you might want to do a capsule wardrobe for your kids. Cutting down on laundry is a big one. If you have fewer clothes and they can mix and match in different ways, it really cuts down on the amount of clothing you need to have. So it cuts down on how much you need to wash and fold and put away, which is great. It also makes it easy for your kids to get dressed themselves because everything matches and mixes together. So you don't have to worry too much about them putting together crazy outfit combinations and having them go change and that whole kerfuffle in the morning. It makes it a lot easier on that end. So then it also really saves time and money because you aren't buying a bunch of different things. You're very specific about what you need and want, and it saves you time on the laundry side and the getting dressed side in the morning, shopping, all of that. Now let's move on to the other side of the dresser, Bennett's side. I'm going to go through the clothes that were already in his drawers, pull out the mismatched socks that have lost their pairs, and go through and take out all the stuff that's too small and outgrown. And for him, I really don't keep anything to hang on to for future children because by the time it's gone through both Edison and Bennett, it's pretty much worn out and not really very good anymore. And I've found that it's really only worthwhile to keep gender neutral things because the chances of having another boy in just the right season and him hitting all the same milestones is very unlikely. So I really don't keep much after it gets through Bennett unless it is very special or sentimental. If you need to work on your own closet or wardrobe, I hope you'll check out my course, The Minimalist Wardrobe. I'll post a link to it down below, but it's a $15 course and it includes 4 lessons that are self-paced, so you can take 1 lesson a week if you want to, or do all 4 lessons in 1 week. It walks you through defining your personal style, decluttering your closet and all of your clothes, and also it really dives into replacing some of the beliefs that we've internalized about ourselves and our style and replacing those with truth and positive statements. So I hope you'll check that out, and I'll post a link to it in the description down below. So now I'm going to go through the hand-me-downs from Edison and see what is going to fit Bennett this fall and winter. And I'm also going to do a little bit of an inventory because I realized I had saved so many pairs of pajamas from Edison, far more than Bennett is going to need. It doesn't make a lot of sense to have a ton of clothes for them, I found, because really they just like to wear the same things over and over again. Bennett has a favorite t-shirt that's pink and has a tractor on the front, and he will wear that most days if he can. And then he has a favorite pair of pants, his monster pants, and he has a second favorite pair of pants that are navy blue. So my advice is to start with what your kids already love and what they wear over and over again, and build your capsule-ish wardrobe around those items. One way that I've found really helpful to build their capsule-ish wardrobes is to focus on color schemes. So pretty much whenever I'm shopping for clothes or asking for clothes for the boys from relatives for holidays or birthdays or that kind of thing, I focus on a color scheme. So there's a lot of navy blue, shades of blue, burgundy or rust colored, reds, mustard yellow colors, and there's browns and neutrals. So I focus on buying clothes in those color schemes, and then that helps with the mixing and matching. If there's a general color scheme of the clothes, then you know when your kids are getting dressed in the morning, they can go reach into the drawer, pull out any random shirt and any random bottom and have an outfit. And that makes things much easier. So just like on Edison's side of the dresser, in the top drawer are pajamas, socks, and underwear. And here I'm pulling out all of the pairs of pajamas, which is an excessive amount. So we will definitely be paring this all down. So speaking of fewer items, I did a little inventory of how many clothing items they have, and this is a rough estimate because I'm sure there's stuff in the laundry that I'm forgetting. But Bennett has about 6 pairs of pajamas, so he could wear one each night basically, and since I do laundry at least once a week, I know he would have a pair for that 7th night. The funny thing about that is that Bennett hates wearing pajamas, so I could really get away with 0 pairs of pajamas, but maybe as the weather turns colder, he'll be more inclined to wear some. For long sleeve shirts, he has about 5 or 6 long sleeve t-shirts or like Henley type tops. He has about 7 short sleeve t-shirts, and these are in his drawer year round. So I don't necessarily consider them as part of the capsule wardrobe. They're more like basics. So he has these t-shirts year round because in the winter he can layer them with a sweater or jacket or something over it. And then he probably has about 3 pairs of jeans and then 3 or 4 pairs of sweatpants. So enough for at least one for every day of the week, and then maybe a couple extra in case. Then he has 2 button-up shirts that are for church specifically, and that's pretty much the only occasions that he would wear those. So that's Bennett's. And then Edison has 4 pairs of pajamas right now. He does tend to wear pajamas more often, and he changes them out a couple times a week. He also has 2 church shirts, just like Bennett, that are just button-up collared shirts. He has 5 sweaters, so he has more sweaters than Bennett because he is colder. He gets cold a lot more than Bennett, and so he wears more sweaters. Those include sweaters and sweatshirts, I should say. T-shirts about the same amount, 7 to 10 basic t-shirts that he wears year-round. And then sweatpants, 3 to 4 pairs, and jeans and khakis, I think 6 pairs. And I'm working on paring that down a little bit. As you'll see in this video, I'm going through his pants. And as he wears them, I'll pull out ones that are outgrown and too small. I don't believe in a perfect number of clothing for kids or for adults. It's really what works for you. So what can you manage? What can you keep up with? What feels overwhelming to you? What's overwhelming for your kids? How much can they manage? Too many choices gets very overwhelming for adults as well as kids, but especially kids. Fewer options is always going to be better. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments down below if you've tried doing a capsule-ish wardrobe for your kids, or if this is something you think you might try. And oh, my stomach's growling. So with that, let's get into it.